Jy kyk na Goeiemôre, Good Morning, inderdaad, dis wat ons jou wens. Today, I speak to a fellow sports presenter and definitely the man to speak to about motorsport commentator and also racer in his time, Matt Smith. Nice to have you with us, Matt. Thanks for getting up so early.
Goeiemôre.
All the way from the United States of Alberta.
Yep.
Nice to have you with us.
Yep.
I saw this a while ago on Facebook, and I cannot for 1 second tell you that I wasn't jealous. You Dakar bound. How the heck did you get that right, boy?
Yeah. Look, it's. I wouldn't say it's been a long time coming, but it's been a long journey to get here. So, I've been on the mic at motorsport events in South Africa for coming up to 20 years now, I think it is. But with a specific focus on the world of cross country and off-road racing for motorbikes and cars.
Yeah.
And then this year we had the honor of actually hosting the third round of the W2RCs, which is the World Cups. Round 1 being Dakar, round 2 is the Abu Dhabi Desert Challenge, and round 3 was the Safari Rally up at Sun City. So I did the right job in front of the right people at the right time, and the guys from ASO, which is a company that runs Dakar, tapped me on the shoulder and said, maybe you come do this for us at Dakar. I said, maybe.
Oui.
I said, maybe.
As we take a look at you there in action with on stages all over the show, known as Hollywood. How did the Hollywood thing come about?
Yeah, it's from my racing career, from years of racing pro downhill. I think I did 22 years smashing myself down mountains. And
nice.
When I wasn't doing that, I was racing superbikes or supermoto and scooters and anything that you can have loads of fun on, mostly on 2 wheels, sometimes on 4 wheels. I did bend a Porsche once.
Nice.
But I think I always had like the real like bright kits and fresh gear and stuff like that. And because of working in TV and racing, one of my mates just called me Hollywood the one day and it stuck.
It stuck.
Yeah.
That's lovely. How did it start for you?
For me, I had an opportunity to come across, because I was born in the UK, but raised in South Africa. I'm more South African than I am English nowadays. And I had an opportunity all those years ago to come back here. There was a bit of a gap in the market to do a little bit more ESPN-style commentary, and I jumped across and I actually emigrated off the back of that job. And I think I landed on the Thursday. On the Saturday, I was up the tower at Kyalami, and it was a very, very rapid kind of progression through. I went from track commentary very quickly because of a little bit of like a South African English voice, and the guys over here seemed to like it, and I enjoyed it. And it was a very, very rapid rise through the ranks, doing track commentary and then television commentary as well.
Is this how you saw your life going?
I think everyone always sees that, I didn't see myself doing a boring job, put it that way, or a normal job.
Me too.
I did try. I think I worked in HR for a couple of years. But I think being a racer, you always want to see if there's an opportunity within racing to continue and stay part of the family.
Yeah.
And I think that's the way I took it. I took my racing as far as I could, and I was happy with my career. And then there was time to focus on the next step of life. And it was quite a nice transition for me, really.
Once it gets into your blood, though, it's over. There's nothing quite like it. And as we said earlier, it's better than having a real job.
Yeah, better than having a real job for sure. I love my racing. There was a lot of challenges. It's hard on the body. And you do kind of put a lot of other things on the shelf, your personal life and your work life. But it's for the focus. And then once you move across into the world of working, and then you have different kind of goals. Motorsport, I always really gravitated towards. I think it's because I was a frustrated motorsport racer. We couldn't really afford when we were growing up to race motorbikes or cars or anything like that. So I went into bicycles, which was great, but I was always imitating motorbikes, riding bicycles. I was a frustrated motocross racer. And then as you get older and you get more opportunities, I was able to break my way into the world of motorsports. And then I think I used to grow up watching all the AMA Supercross, and I'm an avid motorsport fan. I watch F1, MotoGP, World Superbikes. And I learn a lot from the guys that do the commentary that side.
You still learn?
Yeah, I'm always learning. I learn from you when we work together. I learn from absolutely everyone. I'm a bit of a sponge like that. I do pick up on certain lines that people do. And I remember watching the AMA Supercross back in the 90s, of Art Ekman and David Bailey.
Yes, of course.
And that was always my goal. I always thought if I can get on the microphone at Supercross, that would be the ultimate goal. And then it's come across into the world of off-road and cross-country and rally raid racing, and I get to work with the superstars like Janelle de Villiers and that, and yeah, it's a dream come true, really.
What do you want to let your audience know when you're a race announcer? And I'm talking about live announcing there, not commentating.
I think
Two different things.
I think live announcing is it's education. I think it's very much education. So my role is always like very multifaceted. I want to be able to educate the viewers as to what the drivers, navigators, the cars are going through. So I do a lot of study on the vehicles themselves, whether it be motorbikes or cars. Mm-hmm. I try and build a relationship with the drivers, the navigators, and the team engineers to try and bridge a gap between the racing and the viewers.
Okay, that's an interesting thought process. I like that. Let's talk for a second. Everyone is so focused, and it's one of your loves on F1 at the moment. How do you see the rest of the season going?
I think it's very exciting. I've enjoyed what the Mango cars are doing at the moment. Obviously, this weekend you can see that Lando is on a bit of a burner and extending off the front now. And I think it's almost like a done deal. I get the feeling that it's pretty much wrapped up in a bow now. And I think it's good for the sport that a new manufacturer has started to show dominance. But at the same time, you can see Verstappen is coming on. So maybe Verstappen is doing what I do as well. Like what we all do is doing a bit of learning, and he's going to come back stronger.
Let's turn as where we started. We'll finish off with that. What are you expecting from Dakar? Because it's 2 really hard weeks with lots of traveling.
Yeah, Dakar for me is going to be it's a massive opportunity to start with. I think we've got so many South African drivers, so many South African cars across that side. The world of rally road racing is just very much dominated by South African manufacturers at the moment. I think something like 60 or 70% of the field is cars that are built in South Africa. It's absolutely amazing.
Glenwall leading the way, of course.
Yeah, I mean, that's now going to cross to SVR. So the Variawas are taking over the Toyota Gazzoos. The Woolridges, we've got the Redline guys, Century Racing, absolute plethora of cars going across that side. I feel kind of comfortable about going across there because there's going to be so many South Africans in the bivouac with me. From my side, I just want to do the best job I can. You know, the guys have put a lot of faith in me. I'm going to be running the main stage, which I'm very, very excited about. Working with not only the team from ASO, but also the drivers and the navigators and everyone. It's been actually good. It's put me in a good position working at the Safari Rally to understand and be comfortable in that big environment. So very, very excited.
Awesomeness. I want to give you one of those.
Thanks, Arnie.
We're very proud of you as a South African. Let the flag fly high.
Yeah, very excited. Thank you.
Matt Smith, wat hier saam met ons kuier. Net hierna gesels Elsa oor die familieregstelsel met Shando Tron. Goeiemôre, good morning is net hierna terug. En as jy graag meer wil weet, bly net daar waar jy is. Shando weet waarvan hy praat.